Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and check that out right off the bat. New Star Wars Black Series at my Ross. There is the Skeleton Crew guy. Anyways, we're going to take a look at Ross, and I did stop at Target, so stay tuned and watch the whole thing all the way through. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Anyways, we're going to be taking a look, just perusing through the shelves here. There's somebody at the end of the aisle, so I'm trying to avoid looking at them. I am using my Ray-Ban Meta glasses to film this, and I've cropped it so it would be full screen. So hopefully it'll look just fine. And I'm trying not to turn my head, like too fast like that, just to make anybody dizzy. So I think it was already a score because I was able to grab that Skeleton Crew figure, which I've been looking for. I passed on them at full price just because I felt like I might be able to get them for $5 at Ross and $5.99. Check this out. There is the Super7 $14.99 figure. I think Ross is going crazy. Anyways, I would never pay that for a Super7 figure, but it keeps falling off the shelf like it wants me to take it home. Anyways, here's the end cap. You got some Funko Pops and different kind of stuff. Check that out. That is, Two-Face Mobile. That is pretty cool. Not much here. Check this out. Oh, carded Marvel X-Men 97. Not interested in a guy with a big M on his chest. I know that's Magneto, but anyways, check this out. I got this figure. I think I'm going to pick it up because it's got a Build-A-Figure part in there, and I may try to build that Sabretooth. Anyways, I haven't found any of the other line, but I'm going to keep looking. Check out these little Avengers figures that just keep showing up. Those are kind of cool. I wonder if I'm going to pick those up one day just because. Here's some more of that Skeleton Crew character, played by Jude Law, and those are also $5.99, but I'm only going to grab one because that's all I need. Anyways, check it out. Star Wars ship. There is the Millennium Falcon. You know what? That ship is so iconic, I might end up picking this up. Here's some more here. Yep, I've seen these plenty of times. But check that out. That is a Y-Wing. Have not seen that before, so that is kind of cool. That is Ahsoka's Jedi shuttle or whatever, and that is kind of cool because I've never actually seen that before too. That is neat. Maybe I'm just going to carry that around and decide if I want it. Here's some Pokemon figures and stuff like that. I wonder if these will be as valuable as Pokemon cards, but I am not going to get them to test out the theory because if they were, I doubt they would be at Ross. Anyways, here's another one of those Star Wars figures. So it looks like they got a full wave, and here's a couple of more of those Super7 Gijoe figures that I think are just enormously overpriced. Anyways, here's what I found so far. I think I'm going to pick up a couple of things here at Ross. Let me know in the comments what you think I picked up at Ross today, besides that Star Wars figure, because I've already said that I was going to. And then I always like to make a second pass because when I was going through these shelves here, check out what I saw. I found this X-Wing fighter, but I also found something really cool. That is Batgirl's bike. It's $7.99. I think I'm going to flip it out. There were two of them. I have never seen that really in store before, but anyway, $7.99. I think that's pretty good considering, so I probably pick one of those up so you don't have to guess. I thought I'd walk through the Halloween section and just see what was going on, and this is what caught my eye from across the store was this ghost. It really reminds me of Ghostbusters. It's pretty cool, but it was $25, so I don't think I'm going to pick that up. Anyways, they have the Halloween stuff out there. I really like this mummy candy dish, but I just don't get enough kids coming to my house for Halloween because we live at the end of a dark street with no street lights, and hopefully the city will take care of that one day. Anyways, all these decorations look really cool, and now I'm at Target, and they have their Disney section, and they got rid of the Star Wars over here, but they got all these Marvel figures out here now. So this is a whole Marvel section. I wonder why they did that. They used to have the Star Wars out here, but I don't see any Star Wars figures, just those Marvel figures. But they have so many of this carded figure, I want to see if they're on clearance. So let me just scan this and see what it costs. Oh my, $25. No, there's so many of them. I'm pretty sure that one's going to go on clearance. Anyways, they do have this end cap that has all these wrestling figures, which is pretty cool. And I might get that just for the white cowboy hat. But can anybody tell me whether or not that hat comes off or not? Because that will be the key. I need a white cowboy hat like that I can put on a different figure. These are actually pretty cool because you could set them up on your desk. And there's kind of like a little bookend diorama. You got a bunch of these troopers here at Target, and man, it just does not seem like they're moving. And of course, you got a bunch of the Krennic figures. Anyways, I was walking down the aisle towards where I think they got G.I. Joes and stuff, and check it out. All these like Hot Wheels dudes just digging through. And look, there's some more Hot Wheel dudes. Anyways, hopefully they'll find what they're looking for. Okay, anyways, here is the Transformers. They look pretty cool. I am all into these. No, I haven't bought one Transformer probably ever, except for at Ross, but that is cool. I should really start looking into them.
Greetings, friend. I am Optimus Prime.
Now that is pretty cool to see a talking Optimus Prime. So here are the DC kind of figures. That DC Direct looks really cool. Here's Metamorpho, you got Superman, and check this out, the Spin Master carded Superman figures. I got Zod, Lex Luthor, Superman, another Superman, and Lois Lane. I'm super excited. They just don't have Jor-El, but I think I'm going to pick up all the rest of those. Anyways, G.I. Joe, they got some Cobra Commanders, stuff like that. And check it out. They have the Firefighter. I did not order this one, so I'm glad to grab it in store. I know my Target app's going to give me $10 off a purchase. So I think with that and those Superman figures, I probably get my $10 off. Anyways, it's nice to see that there's a Stormtrooper on the shelf. I think there should always be a Stormtrooper and a Darth Vader in store. Check that out. That is the Imperial Guard. And then you got another Stormtrooper right there, but he's all taped up. Anyways, these are the Vintage Collection. That is a deluxe figure that looks fantastic. Anyways, they look like they're getting fully stocked and stuff like that, so I think that's pretty cool. All right, check this out. The Wednesday Little Hen is an animatronic. I don't know. I might have to get that. That is pretty cool. And then right down here, this spotted my eye. It's an RC DeLorean, and check that out. It lights up. And you know what? It's less than 40 bucks, so it's not a $500 HasLab. Anyways, here is the collector's area where you're going to see NECAs and all that kind of stuff. So check that out. Those look pretty cool. Those are the Wednesday figures. Here's the NECA Ben Cooper. You got Jaws up there. That is pretty cool. And some different ones that I've actually never seen before. Check this one out. I have never seen this guy. Or maybe I did see him once before here at Target. But anyways, those are the NECA Ben Coopers. And you got a variety of different figures up here. There is Hooper here from Jaws. That's pretty cool. I like that scuba tank. It looks really good. Anyways, I don't really pick anything up from this section, and it's usually not very well stocked. But today it kind of has quite a few things up here, so I'm a little bit impressed. Here's the Bride of Frankenstein, but it's the Frankenstein and not the bride. But anyways, you got Funko Pops and stuff down on this side. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I really appreciate it. And as always, have a fantastic day.